So you may know that Blake Lively is suing Justin Baldoni, but what you may not know is that Blake Lively worked with Justin Baldoni's prior public relations firm to take another woman down. See, Blake Lively and Justin's prior publicist, Stephanie Jones, worked together in order to provide a bunch of text messages and communications between the Wayfarer parties, including Justin Baldoni and Jen Abel, who was up until about August 21st working with Jonesworks, and she was specifically working with the Wayfarer parties. And for some reason, Stephanie Jones thought it would be a good idea to work with Blake Lively to take all of these people down because she was pissed that not only Jen Abel was leaving her employ, but that the Wayfarer parties were going to be going with her. So Stephanie Jones did something inexplicable, which was work with Blake Lively to hand over contents from a phone and from an iCloud account that she wasn't entitled to. And she handed all that documentation over so that Blake Lively could cherry pick through it and bring the case that you now are aware of today. But in doing so, Stephanie Jones may have hurt herself. Today, Jen Abel filed a motion for summary judgment, basically saying, hey, court, there's no dispute here. You have to find for me on these claims. And the claim? Indemnification. What the hell does that mean? That means that because she was employed by Jonesworks at the time of the allegations that gave rise to Blake Lively's complaint against Justin Baldoni, Jen Abel is saying, hey, actually, Stephanie Jones and Jonesworks should be the one to pay for any damages arising from Blake Lively's claims, because it was Stephanie Jones and Jonesworks who knew what was going on, who approved of what was going on, and it was all within the scope of her employment. So me, the employee, I'm actually not liable. Jonesworks is. Here's why I think that's brilliant. Now Stephanie Jones is limited as to what's a good idea for her to say at trial, because up until now she's been working with Blake Lively, right? Turning over the contents of the phone, turning over the contents of an iCloud account that she never should have had access to, not moving to quash a subpoena from a sham subpoena sent from a sanctionable lawsuit, right? She's been working with Blake Lively every step along the way, and now working with Blake Lively has backfired on her, because if she gets on the stand at trial in the Lively versus Baldoni, Jamie Heath, Wayfarer parties, and Jen Abel, if she gets on the stand in that case and goes hard and testifies and really helps Blake Lively win, now there are damages against Jonesworks, because again, that was done under the scope of Jen Abel's employment under Stephanie Jones, right? So she doesn't really want to work with Blake Lively too much anymore. On the other hand, if she turns and starts working with Justin Baldoni, Blake Lively may come out and be like, whoa, 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 all of this was your idea. You're the one that told me to go to the New York Times. I mean, I don't know, right? But there's all sorts of things Blake Lively could say to throw Stephanie Jones under the bus on her end. Maybe Van Zandt was Stephanie Jones's idea. We don't know. But Stephanie Jones has a very tight leash now as to what she's going to want to say on the stand. So I'm wondering, since she's backed so tightly into a corner, if she's out there somewhere crying in that corner and wondering how the hell she got there. And Stephanie, if you're watching, you got you there, babe. You did that. And your hatred of women got you there. And so all of this backstabbing and all of this taking other women down and hurting other women, Blake and Stephanie, they're doing that for women. And don't you feel safer for it? I know I don't.